To kick off this episode of Twilight Zone, I need to know what your grandfather's occupation was. Just shout it out.
Farmer.
Printer. Baker.
Saddle maker.
Dentist.
Used car salesman, saddle maker, dentist, painter, banker,
Ambulance driver.
conductor. What do you guys like?
Movie theater owner.
History teacher. I like conductor and saddle maker.
Saddle maker.
That's interesting.
Okay, saddle maker. Great. With the suggestion of saddle maker, ladies and gentlemen, we present Twilight Zoned.
And go.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Behind it lies another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving through a land of both shadow and substance. Of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into Twilight Zone.
How you doing, Hoss?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Gretchen, but Mr. Gretchen, I'm just a little bit, I'm worried about you. I mean, look at the world out there. It's changing fast.
I still got my ranch. I don't care that city's expanding, it's not going to take my ranch away from me. That's right, Nellie. You tell him.
Mr. Gretchen, I mean, you've got to understand that you can't stop progress. It's just coming on. It's not stopping itself.
Nonsense. Nonsense. I'm an old man. I'm set in my ways. I'm going to have this ranch. I'm going to live out the rest of my life out here like it was the Wild West.
But you can't just keep on making saddles. There's no demand for them anymore. You keep on making bridles. Nobody has horses. They're all changing. They're all going to cars, automobiles.
I make the best saddles in this county.
I'm not saying that.
Hey, use the road!
I'm sorry, I gotta return this saddle you made for me. My horse done died. And my wife, she don't want to get a new one. She wants to get a newfangled automotive machine.
But Troy McGillicuddy, that was your life. That horse was your life.
Not anymore, Mr. Gription. Not anymore.
You see what I mean, Mr. Gretchen? Times are changing. You gotta change with the times. Have you thought about using your leather skills to make, I don't know, ladies' handbags?
Hank, you've been a great cowhand on here, and I appreciate your advice about the modern world and your aspirations to go on into the future, but I'm just set in my ways. I can't.
Mr. Gretchen, I gotta tell you, I got a job in the factory. I'm moving to the town.
Well, who's going to tend the horses for me?
Sir, I don't think there's going to be many horses much longer.
Easy, Nellie, easy. All right, Hank. Well, if that's how you feel it's got to be, I guess I'll just manage on my own.
Can I get my last week's pay?
I'm afraid I'm running a little short.
I understand, Mr. Gretchen.
I'll get it to you as soon as I can.
Sure you will. Sure you will.
Enter for your observation, one Jack Gription. A maker of things that seem to be going the way of the dodo birds. Saddles. All around him, progress. But for him, stasis. On his farm in what they call Big Sky Country. And it's in that sky that he'll look and see his future, which lies on the corner of a dark region of the furthest depth of the Twilight Zone. I done gone ahead and evaluated the land out behind the barn, the land by the lake, and the land where you got your cows. And I think we could offer you maybe $1,200.
$1,200? Think that's enough to buy a man's life?
Well, it's dusty land, pretty rocky. We'd have to dig pretty far to be able to lay down foundation to build highways. That's what we want to do, you know, Mr. Gription. Build a highway out through here.
Oh, listen, Mr. Cuddleson.
Yes.
I don't care how much money the government tries to offer me. I'm sticking with this land. This rock, every rock on here, I've tended.
Jack, sorry to interrupt. Dinner's almost ready. Just wanted to let you know. It's beans again.
Thanks, darling.
Now, Jack, don't be unreasonable. You want to sell this property and you want to retire. At $1,200, that buy a lot of nice things for your wife.
Buy more than beans, huh?
Heck of a lot more than beans.
Now, Mr. Cuddleson, I'm just not selling. I mean, if I have to make do on beans, then what I'm going to have to do.
Well, my offer is firm. Call my office in the morning, because if I don't hear from you by noon, I might have to rescind it. There's another property down there beyond Carlson County I'm looking at, and it's pretty tasty. Tasty piece of land, like a pork chop. That
Like a steak.
Yep.
Listen, you don't get steak like that, in the city.
Well, been nice talking to you, Mr. Crimson.
Thank you, Mr. Cuddleson.
Good day.
I'll see you around.
Good day.
Good day to you, sir.
Hello? Are you still open?
I make saddles. Are you interested in the saddles, sir?
I wouldn't be inside of your shop, sir, if I was not interested in a saddle, for it's very clearly outside the sign states saddle store.
Sorry, it's just that I haven't had somebody come here looking for a saddle for quite some time.
Well,
Usually it's auditors, tax collectors, government people.
I am none of those things, sir. I am an appreciator of horses.
Well, I'm pleased to meet your father. What's your name, sir?
Equine. Mr. Philip J. Equine.
Philip J. Equine. Equine is another name for a horse.
Yes, I'm aware of that. You don't spend your entire life being named Philip J. Equine without people pointing out the correlation between your name and horses. Especially one who surrounds himself with horses.
Can you imagine if I spent my life living up my name?
What is your name, sir?
Grimshin.
No, I can't imagine you living your life up to your name. I will cut to the chase, Grimshin. I need a saddle.
You've come to the right place, sir.
Not just any saddle, but a very special saddle for a very special horse. I'm an eccentric billionaire, and I'm willing to pay quite a pretty penny for it.
Well, I have a nice one here. It comes for $200. It has a custom tooling around the edges.
The feed I give this special horse costs more than $200.
Oh. It's about the nicest saddle I've got, sir. I mean, I'm a specialist in saddles, but I don't get all fancy. I don't put jewelry in them, all right?
I am asking you to build me the greatest saddle that this world has ever seen. A saddle as black as night, yet as soft as silk. A saddle which one can ride for hours without ever getting a sore or a bruise. A saddle that is sturdier and stronger than any saddle ever made and will never slip off the horse, yet weighs practically nothing. Can you build such a saddle?
I've dreamed my whole life of making a saddle like that. Kept me awake at night sometimes thinking about it, but the materials, the craftsmanship that would be involved.
These things do not concern me. As I said, I'm an eccentric billionaire. Price is no option.
It won't come cheap.
No, it won't.
I'm worried. Jack's been in the shed now for 5 days straight.
He sure is, and there are a lot of strange sounds coming out of that shed. Not like no horse I've ever heard of.
Oh, it doesn't sound like a horse with a horse. A horse.
You're funny, Hank.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
why I like you.
I'm a little bit concerned, though. I mean, we're going to be moving the highway through here any second. He still
Well.
hasn't agreed.
he has to sign those papers. I mean, I've been telling him, you know, as his big brother, you ought to sign those papers. Your wife could use a new fancy dress. That's a lot of money.
I know, but for some reason he thinks he's going to get money somewhere else. Where else is he going to get something like $1,200?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Something I saw the other night.
What?
From the window of my room.
Yeah.
Well, I saw Jack go out there. Now, it was plumb midnight. I knew it was plumb midnight because I could see Cassiopeia in the northern sky. I tell time by the stars. That's how we do it out here in big sky country. Anyway, he goes to the barn and he goes in, and then I see a light as bright as the sun coming out of there. Now, what do you think makes a light as bright as the sun in the middle of a barn?
A little bit of sun?
Well, of course, a little bit of sun, but you can't harness the sun.
Maybe it's a furnace. He put some kind of a furnace. That's ridiculous. Putting a furnace in the barn is just dangerous.
Yeah, we'll burn the barn down.
It would. It's got hay in there, and the barn's made out of primarily dry wood.
You know what I got up super earlier than he got up, and I went out there. I wanted to see what was in that barn.
You didn't.
I'm telling you right now, I did. And you know what I saw?
What?
Nothing. Hay and lumber and saddles and everything that is normally in there. I saw nothing different.
Nothing. Then what could have made that light you saw that was like the sun?
No, maybe he's hiding something from his own kin, his own brother and his own cousin.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Well, you know, if we don't get it...
Morning, Jack.
What are you still doing out here?
Well, just came out to make sure the horses are properly fed.
Yeah, the horses.
I do appreciate it.
Okie doke.
Say, how's everything going out there on your special project?
It's going well. It's going fine.
I can help use it.
Now, Jack, you ain't thinking about not signing them papers, are you?
Don't you worry none about those papers. Don't you worry none. I know you're trying to look out for me, but
I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for Darla. I'm looking out for Hank here. Our whole livelihood rests on this farm, and that's a pretty penny for poor folk like us.
$1,200?
yeah, don't worry about that. Look, I was just coming out here to stretch my legs. I got some work to do.
It's going back in the shed, but you haven't...
You can show yourself out.
Jack!
What is it, darling?
I know you don't like me coming in here, but
Oh, careful of the tools. You got that little one coming. You know, we don't want to hurt anything.
honey, how long are you gonna be in here? It's been days and days since I felt your warmth lying next to me in the bed.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. Just, I got this saddle to make, and as soon as it's done.
Well, honey, you haven't done anything on it. All I see there is just a stump.
It's coming along. It's coming along. It takes the preparation is the big part. I mean, just putting it together is the easy part. It's the preparation.
All your tools are hung on the walls, Jack. You're just staring at a big old barrel of hay.
It's coming along. It's coming along. Thank you, Nellie.
You know, soon we're not going to be able to afford to feed Nellie no more.
Oh,
And soon it'll be me and the little one.
Don't you worry about having enough money for anything. I'm gonna get. This is gonna settle everything. When this saddle's done, we're gonna have that new room you wanted for little Cuthbert Jr. here. Named after his grandpa.
I love that you're going to think that for my father.
Yeah. And he needed to have a junior. And he probably only had daughters.
I would not be my father's daughter, though, if I didn't speak my mind and say that you should consider taking that $1,200.
We don't need any of that newfangled money for those newfangled robes.
Jack,
We're doing this old-fashioned currency, barter style.
you've been tasked with making it amazing.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Mr. Equine.
Mr. Equine, I've heard so much about you.
I just came by to check on my investment.
You're with child.
Oh, lovely.
This is my investments. I'll just go see to it. Jack.
8 months along.
Yes, looks like you could certainly use the extraordinary amount of money I'm offering here. So how is my special saddle coming along for my very special horse?
Take a look at it. Can you see it? Can you see it?
It's almost invisible. I suppose you've been getting a lot of funny questions from your friends or family.
I've been putting in a lot of hours, and I don't think they understand the kind of things that needs to happen to make a saddle like this.
No,
Saddle.
I gather they do.
This durable, but nearly weightless, black as the night.
Now, you haven't told the details of our arrangement to anyone, have you?
No.
Excellent.
You don't even know the feeling it is to use a piece of pure midnight to make saddle.
No. That's why I hired you.
To use the...
These hands have never touched untreated leather.
The hardest.
They've touched a great deal of treated leather.
Not nearly as nice as this, is it, sir?
It's almost there.
It has the essence of real...
I can almost picture it on my very special horse.
You never did tell me much about your horse, Mr. Equine.
No. I didn't.
Jack!
What?
Hey, boy! Jack!
Hey.
Jack!
What?
Jack! You okay?
Shut up, boss.
You done were lying on the ground there.
Sorry. How long has it been? How long have
You fell off your chair.
It's done.
What's done?
The saddle.
Saddle.
Hey, look at it. It's done.
What are you talking about? Ain't no saddle there.
Can't see it. It's got the essence of pure midnight in it.
All right, you need to sit down.
It's got the fire of a horse.
Nellie kicked you in the head again?
No, Nellie's been nice.
You done been beating your own head against the wall again? Don't do that, Jack. Jack, I think all this crazy, staying out in the barn all hours of the night, working on your project, I think it's getting to your head. Darla, she missed you to something fierce. And that man from the bank, he been calling. He's saying he's going to rescind that offer. It's been 3 days now.
Why had that man from the bank come here? I'll show him this saddle.
Jack, there ain't no saddle, all right? Now, we know that when you don't eat, you get a little lightheaded. So, Hank, done prepared you something.
Bologna. In the beans.
Bologna and beans.
Now, doesn't that feel good going down your gullet? Now, you eat something. You come inside and... What?
I thought I saw something for a second.
Now, Nellie kicked you in the head, too?
No, it's just, I was looking, and it's just like a bit of a flash and...
Everyone in this family going crazy?
I thought I saw something.
You can't see it if you're looking at it.
kind of like the stars that used to tell the time. What is it? That little cluster.
Cassiopeia.
Yeah. You look directly at it, and you look. I see it. No, it's gone.
What? This whole family's going crazy.
No, look at me. Now look over there.
No, don't look over there. What? Hank, I'm playing these games with you.
Don't worry about it, Hank. Hoss was never as into horses as you or I.
It's amazing.
You gotta be able to feel the power of the horse.
I've never not seen anything like it.
Now, if you don't come inside and you don't do what's right, as your older brother, I'm gonna go down to that bank and I'm gonna sign those papers for you. Dad may have left you the farm, but I'm the older brother, and I'm gonna do what's right.
Don't you do it, Hoss. It's all gonna work out right.
Oh yeah?
I'm gonna seal the deal today.
You can't do that. If you don't look at it, it's amazing.
You got till nightfall. You don't do the right thing, I'm gonna do it. Give me some of that bologna.
You can only make it sound like that if you used unholy processes.
Mr. Equine.
Mr. Grimshaw.
Right on time, I see.
Yes, I'm known for my promptness.
The saddle's ready. I hope it's to your satisfaction.
It's magnificent.
It's the best work I've ever done. Put my soul into that. Put my life into that.
Yes.
It's a masterwork.
I can practically see your life and your soul right there in it. Well, as per agreed, I'll write you a check.
Check seems such a small thing. For such a great piece of work like that.
Yes. But it's not the size of the check. It's the number of zeros.
Never seen so much money in my whole life.
No. So now our transaction is complete. I can take this very special saddle.
You never did show me your horse. What? What?
Practically invisible and can never slip off.
Mr. Equine.
I'm sure you failed to notice that the name Philip the Equine is an anagram for the devil.
Officer, I don't understand it. Well, he was in the bar all day yesterday. He never came out.
He's not in the house anywhere. I looked even in the special places he likes to hide from.
Well, I can't really say that anything untoward has happened until 24 hours have passed. And by that point in time, it might be too late.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Lovely
So
town
nice
you
to
have
see
here.
people still riding on horses
Isn't
with
it
all
though?
this modernization.
Mr. Jack Grimshaw, saddle maker. A man who lived in the past and didn't want to let go of it. Until a man who had no past and had no future made him an offer he couldn't refuse. And now, his saddle rides him in the far reaches of the most barren farmland of all.